Extremely embarrassing. And it's a fireable offense, if you ask me. This is probably the only team in the National Football League that takes their starting quarterback out of the game. It's a two-point conversion. You have the ball in individuals' hands that it's not hard to find out what you're going to do. You're running a gadget play. It's either going to be a run or it's going to be an inaccurate pass because the natural thrower is on the sideline.
Makes no sense whatsoever. It really has you wondering what the hell Kevin Stefanski is thinking, what is going on, and more importantly, what is it that they have against Shedeur Sanders? Because it makes no sense.
The Cleveland Browns just lost to the Tennessee Titans 31-29 in a game that should never have slipped away. And the reason it did? A coaching decision so catastrophically bad that it's getting people fired up from coast to coast. We're talking about the moment when Kevin Stefanski, a two-time Coach of the Year, decided to pull his starting quarterback off the field during the most critical play of the game. Let's set the scene. Fourth quarter. Browns driving down the field. Shedeur Sanders is absolutely dealing. The rookie is carving up the Titans' defense like it's Thanksgiving dinner. He throws for 364 yards. Read that again. 364 yards. The kid is in the zone. He's feeling it. The offense is clicking. They march down the field and score a touchdown to make it 31-29. Now here's where you go for two, right? You tie the game. You give yourself a chance. The momentum is completely on your side. Your quarterback just threw for over 360 yards, and he's clearly got the hot hand. This is the moment you want the ball in your best player's hands. But Kevin Stefanski, he had other plans. Plans that make absolutely zero sense. He pulls Shedeur Sanders off the field, takes him to the sideline, and runs a Wildcat play for the two-point conversion. A Wildcat play. In 2024, with the game on the line, with a quarterback who just lit up the scoreboard for 364 yards. The play fails, obviously.
You're going to take the ball out of this young man's hand who was clearly in the groove in the game to run a Wildcat.
The Browns lose 31-29. And now everyone in Cleveland, everyone in the NFL is asking the same question. What on earth was Kevin Stefanski thinking? This isn't just a questionable decision, this is coaching malpractice. This is the kind of move that gets you run out of town. Because here's the thing, it's not just about this one play. It's about what this decision represents. It's about a pattern of behavior that suggests something is fundamentally broken in Cleveland's relationship with their rookie quarterback. Think about it from Shedeur's perspective for a second. You're a young quarterback trying to prove yourself in the NFL. You just had the game of your life. You led the team down the field in crunch time. You scored the touchdown. The offense is humming. Your confidence is sky high. And then your coach taps you on the shoulder and says, "Sit this one out, kid." How does that feel? What message does that send? That your coach doesn't trust you? That you're not the guy in big moments? That no matter how well you play, you're getting yanked when it matters most? This is how you break a young quarterback's confidence. This is how you create dysfunction. This is how you waste talent.
The man that has 3 games, they have 3 wins on the season. They're going nowhere.
And let's be brutally honest about where the Cleveland Browns are right now. They have 3 wins. They're going nowhere this season. The playoffs? Forget about it. They're out of contention. So what exactly are they playing for? Development. That's it. That's the only reason this season matters at all for Cleveland. You're evaluating your roster. You're figuring out who can be part of the future. You're putting your young players in pressure situations to see what they're made of. That's the entire point of a lost season. So why would you take your rookie quarterback out of the most pressure-packed moment of the game? It defies all logic. It contradicts everything Cleveland should be trying to accomplish this year.
Really has you wondering what the hell Kevin Stefanski is thinking, what is going on, and more importantly, what is it that they have against Shedeur Sanders? Because it makes no sense.
The Browns are in evaluation mode whether they want to admit it or not. Deshaun Watson's future with the team is murky at best. The entire franchise hinges on figuring out their quarterback situation. And in walks Shedeur Sanders, a highly touted rookie with legitimate arm talent and the pedigree to match. This is your chance to see what you have. This is your opportunity to throw him into the fire and watch him either rise or fall. Instead, Stefanski is playing it safe. He's running gadget plays. He's protecting the kid with bubble wrap. And in doing so, He's doing the exact opposite of what Cleveland needs.
Stefanski has done this multiple times, not only with Shedeur Sanders, but with other quarterbacks as well.
This isn't an isolated incident. Stefanski has done it before, multiple times, not just with Shedeur Sanders, but with other quarterbacks too. He's developed a reputation for pulling his signal caller on two-point conversions. It's become a pattern, a quirk, a tendency that opposing coaches can probably anticipate at this point, but here's where it gets truly inexcusable. This wasn't just any game. This was a highly entertaining, back-and-forth battle where the offense was clicking and the quarterback was in rhythm. Shedeur wasn't struggling. He wasn't making mistakes. He wasn't the reason they needed a two-point conversion in the first place. He was the reason they even had a chance to tie the game. And you bench him for a Wildcat play? Really? Let's talk about what this looks like to the outside world. Cleveland is already a franchise that's been through quarterback hell. They've cycled through more quarterbacks than most people can count. They've made mistake after mistake at the position. They've destroyed careers, ruined confidence, and created chaos. And just when it looks like they might have found someone with potential in Shedeur Sanders, they start playing these games. Taking your quarterback out on crucial plays doesn't just hurt that one game. It creates doubt. It breeds questions. It makes people wonder if there's something going on behind the scenes. Is there tension between coach and player? Does Stefanski not believe in Sanders? Is there a philosophical disagreement about how the offense should run? The perception becomes the reality. And right now, the perception is that Kevin Stefanski doesn't fully trust Shedeur Sanders. Whether that's true or not doesn't even matter anymore. The decision to pull him on that two-point conversion has created that narrative.
The only interest that the team garners outside of watching the greatness of Myles Garrett is watching Shedeur Sanders and seeing how he develops, putting him in every situation imaginable and coming to a conclusion about that to decide whether or not you have a quarterback for next year or whatever, unless you're going to totally rely on Deshaun Watson coming back.
The Cleveland Browns fan base deserves better than this. Cleveland is one of the most passionate sports cities in America. These fans have suffered through decades of disappointment. They've watched parade after parade of failed quarterbacks. They've stuck with this team through rebuild after rebuild. And now, when they finally have an exciting young talent to rally around, they have to watch their coach sabotage his development with inexplicable decisions.
Here's the reality that Stefanski needs to face. Cleveland isn't going to fire him mid-season. His 2 Coach of the Year awards have bought him some runway. But that runway is getting shorter by the week. These kinds of decisions chip away at your credibility. They make ownership nervous. They make the front office question whether you're still the right guy for the job. Because coaching isn't just about X's and O's. It's about feel. It's about knowing when to trust your players. It's about reading the moment and making the gutsy call. Taking Shedeur out in that situation showed a complete lack of feel for the game, for the moment, and for what his team needed. The Wildcat play itself is almost insulting. It's a gimmick. It's something you run when you're trying to catch a defense off guard, not when the game is on the line and you need 2 yards. It's the kind of play that screams, "We don't trust our quarterback to make a play." And when your quarterback just threw for 364 yards, that message is absolutely devastating. So where does Cleveland go from here? They've got a decision to make. Either commit fully to Shedeur Sanders as the starter and give him every opportunity to succeed or fail on his own merits, or admit that this experiment isn't working and move on. But this middle ground, where he starts but gets pulled in crucial moments, is the worst of both worlds. It stunts his development, confuses the offense, and creates unnecessary controversy. Stefanski needs to make a choice. Either Shedeur is your guy or he isn't. If he is, then the ball needs to be in his hands on that two-point conversion. Every single time. No exceptions. No gadget plays, no Wildcat nonsense. You live or die with your quarterback. And if he's not your guy, then why is he playing at all? If you don't trust him enough to run a two-point conversion after he just torched the defense for 364 yards, then maybe he shouldn't be out there in the first place. The loss to Tennessee might just be one game in a forgettable season for Cleveland, but the decision to bench Shedeur in that moment could have lasting repercussions. It could damage the relationship between coach and quarterback. It could undermine the team's confidence in their offensive leader. And it could accelerate the ticking clock on Stefanski's tenure in Cleveland. The Browns needed that two-point conversion. They needed to tie the game. They needed their best player with the ball in his hands. Instead, they got a Wildcat play that went nowhere, a loss that stings, and a controversy that won't go away anytime soon. Kevin Stefanski has some explaining to do. And Cleveland fans, they deserve answers. Because right now, nothing about this decision makes any sense at all.